Allowed a witness to go on for 4 or 5 minutes, change her testimony, knowing full well that neither Senator Cruz nor I could cross-examine her about her perjury.
Senator Kennedy, would you allow the witnesses to finish responding to my question, and then we can act on your request?
And I think we
Senator
should
Kennedy.
have a second round.
Senator Kennedy.
And I am appealing the ruling of the chair.
Senator Kennedy, would you allow the witnesses to finish responding to my question, and then we can respond to your request?
And I am appealing the ruling of the chair.
Senator Kennedy, I gave you a response to your request of a second round of questioning. I have no intention.
In a fiery Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, tensions reach a boiling point as Senator John Kennedy clashes with Democrats over what he calls a blatant cover-up. The exchange centers on a controversial testimony from Judge Newman and what many are calling a shocking contradiction in her own report. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss moments like this one in the
Judge
end.
Netburn, there was an opportunity during your exchange with Senator Cruz that you were attempting to offer a response relative to the conditions under which this petitioner was unsafe in the facilities in which she was being held. I'd like to offer you the opportunity to finish that response.
So the facts that were presented to me and what I relied on to make my decision were that the petitioner had engaged in no violence, no physical violence, no acts of sexual violence whatsoever while in custody. All 3 wardens who supervised the petitioner requested that she be transferred to a women's facility because of her serious medical needs. In addition, the Bureau of Prisons' longtime medical provider testified at a 2-day hearing in my courtroom and recommended that the petitioner be transferred because of her serious medical needs. And the last thing I'll say is that the Transgender Executive Council, which is the body that makes decisions on behalf of transgender transfer requests within the Bureau of Prisons, never said that the petitioner could not be transferred, and never, ever said that she couldn't be transferred because of any risk of violence. What the Transgender Executive Council repeatedly said in denying the request was simply that she needed to maintain her hormone levels. That was the repeated justification for the denial of transfer. But the petitioner had reached full female hormone levels before even being incarcerated. At the time, the district judge in Indiana who sentenced the petitioner requested that she be placed in a women's facility. Her hormones were entirely female at that point. And so the decision by the Transgender Executive Council to deny the transfer request based on this idea that it was only because her hormones needed to be consistent and stabilized, I found was a pretext, but they never once said she cannot be transferred because of violence. It was always based on this idea that her hormones had to be transferred.
Thank you, Judge Netburn. Senator Padilla.
Judge Netburn, that's directly contrary to what your report
you all
says.
have
That is
had
directly
no.
We're going to follow up, and that's how it works.
There is not.
That is exactly how it works.
Look,
If you follow up, you didn't get extra time, and she just directly contradicted her own report. I'm just going to read her own words because it's exactly the opposite of what she said. Your own report.
Senators, I gave both of you more time to finish your line of questioning. I allowed the witness to finish her. I allowed the witness to finish her response. I allowed the witness to finish her response. That is,
I understand that you're scared of the facts.
I have
Senator Padilla. Madam Chair, she has an obligation to explain why she directly contradicted what she wrote in her report. She says in her report, the Bureau of Prisons' claimed penological interest is in protecting female prisoners from sexual violence and trauma. She just told you the Bureau of Prisons didn't say there was a concern about sexual violence and trauma. Those are directly contradictory, and why are you contradicting what you wrote in your report?
And what are you trying to hide, Madam Chair?
No,
wait, point of order.
Senator Padilla. Senator Padilla.
Are you going to let her answer that question?
Senator
or you don't want her to answer that question?
Senator Padilla.
You're afraid?
Very much, Madam Chair.
Senator
Afraid of the answer to
This
that?
is no
cover-up.
Are you
Senator
afraid
Padilla.
of the answer to that question?
Senator Padilla.
So yes, you are afraid of the answer to that question.
Senator Padilla.
Please hold
Clearly,
my
you're
time.
afraid of the answer to that question.
This is
Thank you.
absurd.
two of the nominees before us. Appreciate your patience and your dignity. I would like to expand on a topic that I raised in my introductions to the nominees from California, and that's the value, not just the importance, but the value of diversity.
Madam Chair,
Ms. Newman.
Thank you.
I have a point of order, Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator Kennedy.
Madam Chair, with respect, you allowed the witness to go at length and to change her testimony without her being subject to cross-examination. Are you going to allow us to have a second round of questioning?
No, Senator Kennedy.
What are you trying to cover up here?
There is no cover-up, and Mr. Padilla, Senator Padilla, you'll be allowed the 30 seconds remaining
I
left
want
of your
to
time.
appeal the ruling of the
Thank
chair.
you. I'd like to hear the
I would
the
like to
responses
appeal.
from the two
Madam
witnesses
Chair, I have
remaining.
a point of order. I'd like to appeal the ruling of the chair. You allowed a
Your
witness.
point of order was offered and responded to,
and I appeal the ruling of the chair and call for a roll call vote. You allowed a witness, let me state my case.
Sure.
With respect. You allowed a witness to go on for 4 or 5 minutes, change her testimony, knowing full well that neither Senator Cruz nor I could cross-examine her about her perjury.
Senator Kennedy, would you allow the witnesses
I'm
to finish
still in
responding
the
to my
middle of a
question,
point of
and
order,
then we can
Mr.
act
Madam
on
Chair.
your request?
And I think we
Senator
should
Kennedy.
have a second round.
Senator Kennedy.
And I am appealing the ruling of the chair.
Senator Kennedy,
Senator-
would you allow the witnesses to finish responding to my question, and
And
then we
I
can
am
respond to your
appealing
request?
the ruling of the chair.
Senator Kennedy, I gave you a response to your request of a second round of questioning. I have no intention on allowing a second round of questioning.
And I'm
There is-
appealing your ruling.
That is fine. There is no procedure that allows
I
for
would
a
ask for a
roll
roll
call.
call
There
vote.
is no procedure for it that allows for a roll call vote in this committee. This is a hearing. I have the gavel. I have
this is
responded
the
to
cover-up,
your
Madam Chair.
request.
This is an
and I am
embarrassing
going to
cover-up.
I
return
will
to
say I've
Senator
never seen
Kennedy's.
a chair try so hard to protect a witness and avoid answering why she just lied on the stand with her own words, her own opinion.
Thank you so much for your request. It has been heard, responded to. Senator Padilla,
not- but
your
There will be no cross-examination.
If I would like-
The witness shall be
But I
allowed
want
to
to be
lie,
sure I
and no one will ask
understand
her.
your ruling. I think I have the floor.
there you have
Your ruling
you asked for, was there going to be
Well, I'm
another
raising
round
the
of
second
questions?
point of order. Your
The answer
ruling
is no.
that we can't have a second round, that the chair can allow a witness, after we're finished with cross-examination, go on at length, change her testimony, potentially perjure herself. We're not allowed to cross-examine in a second round of questioning, which we do all the time.
The answer is
And
no,
you tell
Senator
me I
Kennedy.
can't, and you now ask for a roll call vote to appeal your ruling.
Madam
and you
Chair.
say I can't do that.
No, you cannot.
That's
Madam Chair,
ridiculous.
point of
Thank
personal
you.
privilege, please. Madam Chair, point of order.
Senator Hirona.
You know, we have been witness to literally witness badgering and now badgering of the chair. She has issued her ruling. There is no appeal. Some of us would like to get on with this hearing.
I'm sure you
and
would.
To have to sit here and listen to all of you go off time and time and time again. And I just want to commend this witness, this nominee, for her comportment, because what her comportment says to me is that she is going to be a damn good judge. Can we get on with it, Madam Chair?
So does every Democrat senator want to cover up the facts here? Is any Democrat
So can we
senator interested
return
in the direct
to
contradiction
Senator,
from the
we'll be
witness?
returning to Senator
Apparently,
Padilla's
the entire
questioning, or
Democrat
we will
senators that want to
adjourn
cover these up.
today's
You want
hearing.
to adjourn? Go ahead. You can do that.
Go ahead.
Senator Padilla, I
We
want
might
to give
as
you
well.
your 30
You
seconds.
might as
Way you're
well,
gonna run this
because the
hearing.
Padilla, I
questions
wanna
are
give
going
you
to
your 30
be, are you
seconds.
more
If you
handsome or
wish, you can
beautiful
yield
or
your
brilliant?
time and we can
And
gavel
let's
or we
avoid the
can gavel.
Madam
facts.
Chair, what I would like is an opportunity for the two remaining witnesses to respond to my question. And I would really like all members of the committee to pay them the respect they deserve and to let them finish. Ms. Newman.
Moments like this one, in the end, Senator John Kennedy stood tall when others looked the other way. While the hearing descended into confusion and political maneuvering, Kennedy stayed laser-focused on the truth. He didn't shout for attention, he demanded accountability. When the chair tried to silence him, he refused to back down. When others tried to change the subject, he brought the focus back to what mattered: honesty, integrity, and the right of every American to know the facts. Senator Kennedy's actions in that room weren't about politics, they were about principle. He reminded everyone that the role of government isn't to protect power, it's to protect the people.